Good morning, second graders. It is Miss Munoz here for math. Okay, we have our two colored markers. Quick reminder, stop and watch. Make sure you write everything I write. Go with me. Okay, today we are on page 65 in your student journal, page 65. And our goal today, or our objective for the day, is today I will find the sum. And remember, yesterday we talked about sum. It means addition. So sum in an array. And we're going to talk about what an array means. But we're going to find the sum in an array. Okay, let's look at our vocabulary today. So it says an array is an arrangement of objects in rows and columns. Yesterday, we were doing arrays. We just didn't call them that. Yesterday, we were drawing something in groups of two. So I'm going to draw one. We did this. This would be an array because I'm arranging my objects in rows and columns. So yesterday's arrays that we did all only had two columns. That's what we call these. We call them, when they go up and down, top to bottom, that's called a column. And then we call them rows from left to right. So yesterday, everything we did had two columns and it had different amounts of rows. Today, our arrays are going to have more than two columns sometimes and different amounts of rows. So there's not a set number of how many rows or columns you need, but we are going to be organizing our X's or our objects. That's what an array is. It's very organized and neat. Okay, so I'm going to put down my green pen and kind of show you what this is going to look like today. Okay, so my first problem says create an array with 3 columns. Okay. So my array means I'm going to organize something. They want 3 columns. Remember, if I can look back at my notes if I need to, but columns are going to go up and down. Okay? So I know I have to have at least 3 columns. Okay? They want me to place 4 manipulatives or objects in each column. So each one of these, they want 4 in. So I already have 1, 2, 3, 4. So is there 4 here in this column? Yep. 1, 2, 3. I only added 3 more because I already had 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in that column. And this column has 4 in it. So again, my array has 3 columns, and they want 4 to be in each column. Okay, so what can we do with this? Well, I could write an equation with it. I could write kind of a number sentence or an equation with it. So if I just wanted to add up all my columns, how many I have in this column? I have 4. In this column, I also have 4. In this column, I also have 4. And how many do I have total then? I could go back and count them if I need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I could add them by columns. I could have also added them by rows. So in this row, I have 3. In this row, I also have 3. In this row, I have 3, and in this row, I have 3. And what's my answer going to be? Even though I'm counting different, don't I still have the same number of objects? So my answer should still be 12. Okay, let's try another one of those. Here's my next problem. My next problem says create an array with 5 columns. Okay, remember my columns go up and down. And this time they want me to place 3 manipulatives or objects in each column. Okay, so I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have 5 columns, and they want 3 in each column. So that column has 3, this column has 3, 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so now I have my 5 columns with 3 objects in each one. Now let's write some number sentences or equations for this. Okay, I could count by columns. So I have 3 here, plus 3 here, plus 3 here, plus 3 here, and plus 3 here. So I could go back and how many is that? 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. You could use your fingers if you need to. You could count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that was counting by columns. Let's see if we could count by rows. So in this row, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this row, I also have 5. And in this row, I also have 5. So this was counting by columns, and this was counting by rows. And I still have 15, no matter which way I decide to count. Okay, boys and girls, I'm gonna pick up my green pen, so if you wanna grab your pencil, let's do some together on page 66. So on page 66, please join me. Okay, we're going to create an array with 4 columns, and they want us to place 2 manipulative objects in each column. Okay, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So it's and they're gonna be, columns are up, down, and they only want 2 objects in each column. So now I have 2 in that column, 2 in that column, 2, and 2. Okay, so now let's write some equations for this problem. Why don't we could count by columns? So if I count by columns, I have 2 plus another 2 plus another 2 plus another 2. So my first equation is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8. We could have also decided to count by rows. So this row plus this row. So this row has 1, 2, 3, 4 in it. And this row has 1, 2, 3, 4 in it. And I still get 8. Okay, let's try number 2. Number 2 says, create an array with 2 columns and place 6 manipulatives or objects in each column. Okay, so this time they only want me to have 2 columns, 2 up, downs, but they want 6 in each one. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6 in that column, and 6 in this column. Okay, so now let's write our number sentences. We could do columns first. 6 plus 6 equals 12. And I also could do rows. This one might be a little longer. So 2 plus this row of 2 plus that row of 2 plus that row of 2 plus that row of 2 and plus that row of 2. That's why it's pretty important to be really neat. Mine could have even been neater on this problem. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is also going to be 12. So this is a very long equation. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you're ready to try some on your own. I'd like you to turn your page and try page 67 by yourself. Have a good day.